Good afternoon, children. After this quarantine, I hope you would have been eager to look forward for your lessons. Now, today we are going to see our literature, the first prose, his first flight. Now, let us just view this slide. Here we can find the first para of the lesson where it talks about a young seagull. Now, what is a seagull? A seagull is a seabird which you can find in Pacific area by the sea. And as we are going to see the life story of this seagull about his beginning, we would also see what do we can compare ourselves with it. So consider yourself as a seagull and move on as we go on into the lesson. I'll read for you. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Now, children, as I read, I hope you would have concentrated on the reading. Now, this seagull is a bird which, as I told you, we can find it besides the seashore, and they always get together as a family. They live as a family, they move as a family, they all have their own flight and find their own food. And they find their food from the sea. They eat all kinds of creatures from the sea, the fish and all. Okay. So now here we are going to see about a particular seagull which has a brothers and sisters, that is their siblings, along with their parents. Here we can see that after like when a baby is born, after a certain time the baby starts to walk. So this is the time for the seagull to take his first flight. What do you mean by the flight? Not the aeroplane. Okay, the first flight is to fly, his first flight. But this seagull did not do that, whereas his other brothers, that is two brothers and his sister, they flew away just 24 hours before. That is exactly, completely one day before. One day before, his parents and brothers and sisters, they have moved, they have flown away for their livelihood, for their food. But this guy, this fellow, he was there on his ledge. What is a ledge? The ledge is a place which you can find very narrow. Narrow means it is very small place where you cannot move easily. And there you can find certain holes like you find in the rocks and all. So we do also find holes in the muds and all, in the mud sand. So likewise. So this fellow, he was just sitting on the top from the sea, and he was just seeing. See, whenever, if someone is not there, your parents have gone out somewhere, they are going to come, and you're all alone at home, what you will do? You will run here and there. When are they going to come? When are they going to come? Isn't it? The same thing this fellow was doing. It's 24 hours past. He's just moving here and there. He's, just thinking what is going to happen. When are they going to come? He's flapping his wings, trying to fly, or at least let me fly and see where they are. Okay, and at the same time he also tries to see, like, are they coming, are they, what can I do next if I can't fly, what is the next? And very much. And then he looks down. When he looks down, he sees the steep of the sea. The sea is much, much below. You can see there, it is miles down. It's so long space from the place where he is. The ledge is so above and the sea is so below that it is too long. And he is scared. What if I try to fly and I cannot fly and have a fall? Definitely from the height, if you have a fall, what will happen? Just imagine that fear he had in him. That was the fear. And in such a long fear, he just felt that his wings would never support him. You would have seen some people, they just get scared when they go up high. They get scared from height. Some people get scared from water. Some people get scared from swimming, different kind of things. So did this fellow. He had a starting problem. He got scared to start to fly. Certainly, for the first time, if someone will ask you, come and stand in front of the class and just read the first two lines, how would you feel? Just imagine. Oh, some may do it, some may not. So that's how he had a fear. And then what happened? His wings did not support him because the sea is very low. He got scared. He was feared that what will happen if I have a fall. He did not trust his wings. He did not trust himself. So do we. Sometimes we don't trust ourselves, isn't it? We don't. Though all from a family, they do certain things. We say, no, this is not right. I cannot do. I don't like to do this. I'm scared to do this. I cannot do that. No, I don't want. Certain times. So, now this fellow, he bent his head. Why did he bend his head? When you fail in something, you put your head down, isn't it? So he failed to fly, he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge. So he ran away back to his place, into the hole where he lived, and there he slept at night. Now the next para is, even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take the plunge which appeared to him so desperate. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly, scolding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he could not move. Now, here again. Now, this para tells us that his brothers and sisters had short wings than the one which he had. And they did it. They flew. But this fellow, he could not. He could not do it. He could not, make courage to just plunge it. In the sense, what is plunge? Plunge is to just grab it. To grab that opportunity and just fly up above and find food for himself. But he was desperate to do so, but he wasn't able to. Now his father and mother, they had come around him. Okay, they had come around him. They made sound, they made voices to him, and they told, in their language, like they started scolding. Like when we do something wrong, our parents, they scold us. Why did you do this? Don't you know? Don't you have common sense? This is how you do. If you do this next time, I won't give you that. I won't do this to you. In the same way, they also told him, if you won't fly from your place, you will starve. What do you mean by starve? You will be left hunger. You will be left hunger. No one will come and feed you, because till the day the mother and father used to bring food for them and they used to feed the small chicks, isn't it? So now onwards we are not going to feed you. If you fly, you will get your food. If you won't fly, you won't get your food. This is what they told him by scolding. Now, but see the last line, but for the life of him he could not move. For his own life he could not move there. Can you see the picture here? Now what does this picture say? His brothers and sisters are there, his parents, they are just, can you see the two birds opposite to each other? Yeah? So yes, so it is, they are telling that this is how we will not starve, but it's you who are going to starve if you don't flew up. So again, coming to our own life, let us think. Let us think. There are times when our parents, when our brothers, our sisters, there are so many people in the world, neighbors, friends, relatives and all. But the one who takes more care about us, the one who takes more initiative about our life are our own family. Now what is a family? Here you can see family consists of a father, mother, brothers and sisters. Okay, so do we have a good father, a good mother, a good brother, a good sister, isn't it? Whatever they tell to us, it is for a good, it is for a benefit. Why did the seagull's parents tell him that if you don't fly, you won't get your food, you will be hungered till you fly? Is it because they wanted the seagull to be there on the ledge for days together? For here we read that it was 24 hours. Okay, maybe another 48 hours. So did they want the seagull to be hungry for 48 hours, that is 2 days, and die because of his starving, because of his hunger? No, it isn't. But they were threatening him, threatening. You can just think. Maybe some of your parents would do it now too, but when you were small, your parents would have said, if you don't do this, I will not take you there. If you don't do this, I will not buy and give you this. So what you will do? Oh no, I want to go there. No, I want this gift. So just for that sake, what you will do? You will do the work, or you will help them out, isn't it? So this is what they were threatening him. If you don't want to die because of starving, it's better you go and have your flight and get your own food for yourself. The threatening, the scolding was for the betterment of the seagull. It was for the good of the seagull, not for the bad. The parents really did not want him to starve. The parents did not want him to be all alone, but the parents wanted him to take his own flight and to be a best hunter, isn't it? Okay, now so that he can he can move around on his own. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had, in fact, seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, laughing at his cowardice. Now, what can we understand from this para? We can understand that, as I told you earlier, that it was almost 24 hours that they have left them. Nobody had come near him. Nobody, neither his brother nor sister, nor even any other people. So sometimes in our life we would be all alone. We won't have our parents beside us. We won't have our friends. We won't have our brothers and sisters. None of us. None of us. That is the time when we have to think about, where am I wrong? Why am I alone? Why is this? What's wrong with me? So if you do that, you will find your correct solution. Now here in the same way, the seagull was all alone, and just the day before, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. So just the day before, he saw that his parents along with his siblings, you know, had been there to the sea, and they were teaching him how to dive perfectly, how to fly perfectly, how to swim perfectly, how to overcome the waves perfectly, how to dive for the fish perfectly. If the fish is here, how you have to dive exactly, how to aim it and dive and catch it. You people would have seen the birds. Have you seen birds diving in the sea? They never miss. They just come from top. As they come down, they just pick it up and they move. They don't miss their flight. Have you seen that? So the perfectness, all these things were taught to him, to his siblings, through his parents. So that all he had seen. And he had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it. So he had seen his brother, the elder brother, older is the elder brother catching a devour. Now what is devour? His first herring, okay? His first herring is a long fish which swims in the water with a large group. Okay, not one or two, many fishes together swim. Okay, and devour is just to gulp. You just eat something like, when shall I get, when, like, for example, if you like biryani or some other food or other items or something, you will be waiting, when I will get that, and the moment you see it, you get it, you just take a large amount of it and just starting eating it without leaving even a single bit, even a single piece on your plate. So that is devour. So his brother, the elder brother, he caught his first herring fish and he devoured it. And standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. Okay, so he did all that. He caught his first hunt. He ate it happily, and he just stood on a rock. And when he stood on a rock, his parents surrounded him. Okay, around him, like he's in the center and parents are next to him, around him, and they all are cackling, just laughing and making joy and fun with proud. Hey, yes, my son did it. My son is a very good fellow. He did it in a very good way. Yes, when you get good marks in your exam, your parents do that, isn't it? They say, wow, my son has done it. They see and they laugh, they feel so enjoy, isn't it? That's what. And all the morning, the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, laughing at his cowardness. So, the whole morning, just opposite to the seagull, who is alone there in the, where was he alone? He was alone in the leap, isn't it? There, just all alone, ledge. He was all alone in the ledge. There, just opposite to him, they all were there, walking proudly for his brother, and they were all laughing and making fun of this seagull because of his cowardness. What is cowardness? Because cowardness is because of his idiot thing, because of his fearful attitude, because of his foolishness. They were laughing on him. Now here, didn't this happen to us in our life, in our own family? As I told you in the beginning of this para, this slide, that sometimes we feel left alone. We feel that we are all alone. We don't have anybody around us. Like the seagull was all alone. He didn't have his father, didn't have his mother, brother or sister. No one was there, but he was all alone. Yes, we do feel sometimes. But do you remember that his parents did not went away from him? Even though they were away, can you see the last line what it says? That they were just opposite to him, and they were what they were doing, laughing at his cowardness. They are there somewhere, looking at you. They were just seeing whether he will come. When will he come? After seeing his brother hunting, at least then will he get the courage and will he move. No, he didn't. So they start laughing, so that at least by that, you're laughing, you people are laughing at me, you people are teasing me. See, I will show you how I can, you know, whether he gets that challenge and he moves. That is what they were expecting. They were not laughing really because they wanted to hurt him. They were laughing because they wanted him to get up from the place, move with the challenge that I can prove, I can do much more better than him. They were around him. They were, making him, they were trying to make him urge to fly in different ways, by making him jealous, by making him feeling all alone. But he couldn't. This is what even in our family, our parents, our brothers and sisters do to us. We have to realize that. Instead of that, what we do, we just blame them. Were you there? Did you help me? Do you love me? What all I did for you? You do nothing for me. Just think. You know your own family. You know your brothers, sisters, your parents. Think. Just think. Keep yourself in the place of seagull and just imagine. And the moment when he saw his brother doing all the best things, see, before that he had seen that his parents are teaching his brother and sister how to do the work perfectly. Definitely he would have felt they are teaching him when he can fly, but they are not helping me. They have left me alone. They are not feeding me. Because till now, what, as I told you previously, they were a chick. The parents used to feed them. So you see, they are not even feeding them. At least they could come along, hold me and take me to fly. They can teach me. Instead of teaching me, they are teaching him who is already flying. They are giving him the 100%, but they are not giving me the 50%. Isn't it? This is what he would have felt. And the same thing we would have felt. My brother studies well. My parents support him. I don't study well. They don't bother about me. No, dear children, I'm telling you, it's not that they're not supporting you. They are supporting you indirectly. They want you to understand that if my parents, if I study well, if I put interest in studies, if I try to do my best, my parents are there to support me also. They want you to be active. They want you to be present. They want you to be the best. They want you to try more than what you are. They want you to come, much more higher from the place you are. So that is what. And what happened? The seagull, just like us, he got jealous, When he saw his brother got the fish, he ate it and all were praising him like we also do. They all praise him. They all like him only. He did very great thing or what. Yeah? So such kind of things. So just keep one thing in your mind. Though all are away from you, though all talk against you, indirectly they are saying, come on, get up, do your best.